Hello and welcome to another recording from my channel. This will be another Star Trek Age of Discovery playthrough, and we'll be continuing the Delta Quadrant story arc, the episode Revelations. Let's get started.
We've received a distress call from the USS Callisto, which was on a research mission in a little explored area of the Delta Quadrant. We're not sure what happened to the Callisto, but we need someone to check it out. There are a lot of people on the Callisto, good Starfleet officers and researchers. Bring them home.
Go to deep space.
Hello.
Signal.
Would you have time to look at...
Oh, let's run the other side of that. This might take a while. So make sure we're heading in the right direction and speed that up. Don't really zoom out too far. Okay, so I haven't actually changed anything, so there's nothing really to talk about. I'm trying to do some FTOs to get my reputation points up. Okay, so each you travel through each segment of the Delta Quadrant, you actually get to get some accolades for that. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this. So the Delta Quadrant is a straight line, so looking at it, you'll probably be coming in at an angle like this. So where Voyager starts is on the outskirts, and where they ended is on this side. So once they get to about here, they jump a couple of decades. 20 or something. It's been a while since I watched it, but a couple of light years. So when they meet the Ocampo and the Kazon, they're in this first section. Then there's this vast expanse no one's actually gone through, like a nebula. And then Voyager ends up on the other side, another 10,000 light years past that area. So for the Ocampo and the Kazon to be over in this section where we're supposed to be playing, it doesn't really make all that much sense. I think I was saying this in the last video. But there is only so much the games can work with and get from. And if you wanted to be a Voyager player and play that sort of... that's right. If you wanted to play that story arc, you'd have to actually change a few details. So let's get started on this. So we've arrived at the location of the distress call from the USS Costello. We're no longer receiving the distress beacon, but sensors are picking up debris consistent with a Lunar-class Federation starship. There might be some survivors. Scan the wreckage. This one has a lot of drag on it. No luck, Captain. Sensors aren't reading any life signs in the wreckage. The Costello had a crew of a complement of 350. Unfortunate we can identify who attacked her. So we have an incoming message. It's from the outpost station. Let's hear what they have to say.
This is 7 of 9, part of a Federation research team assigned to the USS Callisto. My team and I were investigating this outpost when the defense systems activated and destroyed the ship.
7, this is Admiral Agofity of the USS Erfurt. We've responded as soon as we could.
I am aware of your service record. Thank you for responding to our request for assistance. I was able to deactivate the outpost defenses, but the system sent out an automated distress signal upon shutdown. It is logical to assume that someone will be arriving to investigate. Please transport my team and me to your ship. I will be of more assistance to you there.
They have a lot to explain. I don't know, I'm getting closer or further away. I'm not actually moving.
Long-range sensors are picking up inbound energy signatures. Voth ships. They must lay claim to this system.
Indeed.
Attention, trespassing endotherms. You are trespassing in Fourth Aligned space. Surrender now, and we will allow you to live out the remainder of your lives on a prison world.
You will not be made into your prisoners. didn't I fire torpedoes? There we go. As you can see, they try to escape. They get sucked into the gravity well. It's pretty decent. Bridge officer ability. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to the game and speak at the same time. I'm not very good at either. Nope. Okay, so the Voth have been around for millions of years, and their weapons, well, basically one of the ships can take out a Federation ship with one hit, so they had to nerf the Voth ships to make the game playable. To play at that game. I'll take your energy as well. Destroyer or did it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, cloaked. Okay.
Alien vessel, you have violated a Voth facility and will be...
Yes, will be what? Bye. See ya. Toodles.
Where are they going? It's not like the Voth to leave a battle they would have clearly won.
That is odd. So, we're receiving a distress call from the Turi homeworld.
This is a general distress signal for any ships in range. This is the Turay homeworld. We are under attack by an unknown force of immense power. We require immediate assistance.
Who exactly are the Turay?
The Turay are a spacefaring culture that Voyager encountered in 2376. They claim ownership over the underspace, which are corridors through subspace that significantly shorten travel times here in the Delta Quadrant. Command has been attempting to contact them, without success. Access to the underspace would be a distinct advantage for our fleets.
You think the Voth were the ones who attacked the Turay? They left so quickly.
That is one possibility. To my knowledge, the Voth and Turay are not enemies. However, there is still much we do not know about the Delta Quadrant.
Perhaps we should show good faith. Would it be in order? I get sometimes those lights are red, sometimes they're blue. Yeah, man. Come on, you know you want it. You can do it.
We have arrived in the Turay system. The Voth ships are in combat, but they are not engaging Turay vessels. Their opposition does not conform to any known ship in the database.
Whatever they are, they're packing quite a punch.
Whoever these assailants are, their technology is exceptional. Even the Borg do not have ships such as these.
Oh, you don't want to get caught in that, that's for sure. Why did I stop firing? Oh, what happened? Oh, what's going on? What? What just happened? I have no idea what just happened. What? Open door? What the hell?
Right shield's failing.
I have no idea what's going on. Okay, this is extremely weird. Get out the blast radius. Can actually collect that ability to shoot torpedoes like that.
The Voth and
Oh, what happened?
the Voth and whomever they are fighting are speaking on an open channel. We can listen to their communications.
Make it so.
Your defense of the Teray thieves will be your undoing.
The Teray and Voth have a long-standing allegiance. The Teray's exothermic nature makes them superior to the other feeble races of the Quadrant.
Then you will be loyal to the death.
They're not even attempting to negotiate.
The surface of the Teray homeworld is being devastated by the debris from the Voth vessels. The Teray do have a defense network of satellites and shields that is capable of protecting them. The control network is offline. This was intentional. Their attackers deliberately targeted the area during the initial assault. There is a secondary command center on the outskirts of one of their major settlements. If we transport directly there, we will be able to restore the control network.
Beam down.
The invaders attacked this facility, but they did not do significant structural damage. They were, however, able to take down the control network controlling the orbital defense grid. That defense grid is the only thing capable of stopping all of the debris from the battle in orbit from raining down on the planet. Small pieces will burn up in the atmosphere, and your ship's weapons can deal with some others, but a significant percentage will get through. Until that grid is operational, there will be widespread devastation.
So we get the defense grid back online, give the Teray a fighting chance.
There was a firefight here. One of the Teray is injured, but his condition is stable. He may be able to give us more information about the invaders.
Good, we'll help him and maybe he can answer some questions.
Thank you. My
Name is Bellis. You're from Starfleet, right?
Yes, we'd like to know what happened here.
The ships emerged from the underspace, and they were too close for our defense grid to stop the launch of drop pods. In minutes, they had knocked out the grid controls, and we were defenseless. We barely had time to transmit a distress signal.
Who are the attackers? We couldn't identify the ships.
The attackers were Vaadwaur. Voyager did indeed interact with one of our corridors, but instead of deleting the info as we requested and going on their way, they revived our greatest enemy. All of this destruction, every death, it's all Voyager's fault.
Vaadwaur?
Impossible. It cannot be the Vaadwaur. I would know.
7. Who are the Vaadwaur?
This is all my fault. When we first encountered the Vaadwaur, they were in cryostasis. I foolishly awoke their leader in a moment of curiosity. I didn't know their history. They were conquerors, despots. The Vaadwaur used underspace to rule the Delta Quadrant for decades. It was only when the other races banded together that they were defeated. At the time we encountered them, when I awakened them, Captain Janeway said she probably would have done the same thing. But it wasn't her choice, it was mine. I am responsible. However, the Vaadwaur we encountered did not have a level of technology like what we face here. This is far beyond anything the Vaadwaur are capable of developing in such a short amount of time.
So now we form a plan of action.
My analysis remains unchanged. We need to restore functionality to the defense grid. There are 4 nodes located on the edge of this complex. We must restart these nodes and realign them to the central tower to re-establish the grid.
Sounds good. Keep an eye out for any Vaadwaur. They won't like what we're trying to do.
I'll go to the central tower and start the initialization sequence.
I blame myself for the Vaadwaur's return. It was a door best left unopened.
Actually, it's the Terray's fault. If they had just let Voyager alone, they wouldn't have been able to figure it out in the first place. He's taking a bit of damage, not losing any health. Okay, take that. Okay, now there's a bit of a puzzle here. When 7 starts to talk.
Complete these steps in the correct order to initialize and align the node.
Go on.
First, you must launch the startup sequencers.
Launch.
Next, you must charge the capacitive relays.
Charge.
Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Establish. Launch. Charge. Re-establish. Go on. There are 4 towers, and they all have a different
Uplink established.
order.
Enemy target on sensor.
When we first rescued the Vaadwaur, we thought we could be allies.
didn't have me turn around like that, I wouldn't have making damage.
Analysis complete. Performed first, you must reboot the core matrix. Next, you must charge the... Finally, you must establish...
Reboot, charge, establish. Come on. Charge. And establish. And establish. I don't think you can skip these cutscenes either. I think you have to wait for them to...
Defense node
Can't
online.
Can't skip them. Oh.
Whatever happens here, we must inform our superiors about the Vaadwaur threat.
Personal shield losing power.
Okay.
I have completed my analysis. First, you must reboot the core matrix.
Reboot.
Next, you must update the
Update.
defense. Finally, you must align...
Reboot, update, align. Reboot. Update. Come on. And align.
Uplink reinitialized.
Ooh, there's the Nagato fighting for the bridge officer. Okay, so the only one I can't see is the Exocom.
When Admiral Tuvok asked me to leave my post at the Daystrom Institute to assist the Callisto, I thought the probability of seeing Vaadwaur was statistically insignificant. We had to ally ourselves with the Teray to escape the Vaadwaur.
Hang on, where are the Vaadwaur? Dang it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
My analysis of this node is complete. First,
Reboot.
you must reboot the... Next, you must
Update.
update. Finally, you must
Align.
align the...
Reboot, update, align. Update, and then align. Okay.
Connection reestablished.
Oh, I thought it would actually show you. Oh. Great, thanks.
Starfleet, I need assistance at the central tower.
Okay. This can be fun, but it's a little tough. This little fight here goes on for quite a while.
Your team did an excellent job getting the defense nodes back online and realigned to the central hub here. The restart process will take some time, but the defense grid will be active in about 2 minutes. We'd be in good shape if the Vadwar hadn't launched more assault pods. These are mobile transporter pads used to bring more troops to the surface rapidly. I assume...
Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get ballast back up. And
Your team did an We'd be in good shape if the Vadwar hadn't launched more assault pods. These are mobile transporter pads used to bring more troops to the surface rapidly. I assume they're coming to stop us from restoring the defense grid.
we need to hold them off until the defense grid has completed the restart sequence. Okay.
The Teray took control of underspace after the Vadwar were defeated. Clearly, the Vadwar object.
Enemy target on sensor.
Yeah, but I can't fire on them.
Enemy
Ooh, came in through the other side as well.
proximity. Personal shield.
And as you can see, there's a lot of loot drops. By the end of this, you'll have a little bit of run around if you like to collect your loot.
Vadwar reinforcements approaching.
First, what are you doing out in the middle of the field? You should be in here for protection.
Personal shield losing
The Vadwar are relentless. The probability of our survival is slim.
Why is first out in the middle there? Everyone else is here in the
enemy target on sensor.
protective barrier.
Personal shield losing power.
Okay, and there's the Gato. Arigato, Mr.
The Vadwar are tenacious fighters. We must be more so.
Should get some Jack Black here and how you can be tenacious D.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Is this the backup?
We can't keep this up forever!
What is that?
Oh yeah, backup. So that's a Voth battle suit. Basically, it's like a battle armor.
Personal shield losing power. Enemy target on sensor.
The more soldiers you have helping you, the more fighting they can do, and the less damage you're going to take. So you want to try to keep these guys healthy as well. Okay, I've got backup there. I'm going to run around and grab some loot before it disappears, because there is a time limit on it before it disappears. This is actually a good, as you can see from the loot boxes, this might be a good mission to do when the Infinity Box becomes active again. I doubt you'll get as many box drops, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of them.
Personal shield losing power.
I have to talk to someone. Sir, I'm receiving a message from the Aerofit. The Vardwar are retreating to underspace. Even with their defense grid online, the Turay couldn't have defeated them. Why leave before they finish the fight?
It is not odd. Voth reinforcements have entered orbit. These Vardwar do not want to do battle with an obviously superior force.
Really, I seem to remember the Vardwar tearing your ships apart.
While we did sustain great losses, we have made good on our agreement with the Turay. Belas, we have restored your defense grid.
7 and I restored the defense grid, you mean?
I'm not interested in petty squabbling about who did what. The grid is restored and we are safe. That's all that matters.
I apologize. Sir, the USS Voyager has entered orbit. Admiral Tuvok is requesting to beam down to your position. Permission granted. Oh, I might lose all my loot drops.
7 of 9.
Admiral.
We detected the destruction of the Callisto. What?
It was your fault. Your ship invaded the Voth outpost. You woke the Vardwar.
Vodwar. Interesting. Starfleet intelligence did not consider them a threat. We believed their numbers were few and their technology outdated.
Then you were wrong. The Vardwar have returned, and no one is safe.
I see. 7. Voyager could use your expertise again. Will you return to the ship?
That would be acceptable.
Very well. We will take the other survivors from the Callisto as well. Thank you.
I just threw my gun away.
Voyager, 2 to beam up.
She didn't say which 2, so it could have been anyone. Okay, let's collect something up now. I want to collect my loot. It's all common stuff, so it's not like it's going to be valuable, but every energy credit counts in the end. And what I'm going to try to do now is 1 episode per video, instead of squeezing 2 in per video, because I don't know how long they're going to be. But if I have the time during the day, I will film more than 1 video and post more than 1 a day. So hopefully I'll be able to rush my way through the episodes and finish off the story arc. Okay, so that's everything. Let's beam to the ship. 7 of 9 has safely arrived on Voyager, and the Vardwar threat on the ground here is over. The Voth commander has indicated his forces will deal with the remaining hostiles. We're cleared to return to Eurofed on your command. Come on, you can do it. You know you can. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure. Some episodes, depending on if it's a meet and greet. If it's a meet and greet, I won't just do 1 episode. But yeah, episodes could be anywhere between 20 minutes and over an hour, depending on how long it takes to watch the
Thank you for assisting 7 and lending aid to the Turay. However, the discovery that our old foes, the Vodwar, have made such a leap in technology and are now threatening the entire quadrant is troubling.
I agree.
Thank you. Without your help, my team and I may have been killed by the Voth. Now, however, I must turn my attention to the Vodwar. I am responsible for their return. I must assist in their defeat.
Until next time. We've cleared the system. Let's collect the bounty and move on.
I've read Admiral Janeway's mission logs from Voyager. It would be troublesome enough to have the Vadwa return in force, They're an aggressive and difficult species. But if they have technology and forces that can defeat the Voth, this does not bode well.
Indubitably. What about cluster torpedo? It doesn't actually have any set bonuses, but we'll see how we go with this. Destructible projectile that deploys mines, kinetic damage with 20% bonus shield penetration. Launches a level 6 cobalt cluster torpedo, which explodes several. I might just is this a bound to carrot? A bind on pickup. I'm not sure if I'll try it just to see how it works.
Would you have time to look into?
No, that's why I'm going no. Okay, so that's the end of this particular video. If you want to see anything in particular, please leave a comment down below. If you have any suggestions on particular gameplay, leave a comment down below. And if you have any criticism, I'm happy to take criticism. Just ask that you keep it civil in the conversations down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.